Hello, my name is Sander and welcome back to another video about the new inventory system with the new Unity GUI. And today we're gonna do a drag and drop system in this inventory system. When we drag this object or this item and we want to have that in another slot, there's a small icon created. And when we click on the new slot, or it's getting placed on another slot. And when we want to swap two items, just drag it as well and click, and it's getting swapped. So pretty easy. This video will be around, I guess, 25 minutes or so, because the scripting part is a bit longer. So let's start with it. Firstly, I'm gonna delete the new scripts. Otherwise, we have wrong scripts in it. And now I'm gonna copy the other ones. And so that's it. And I'm gonna change the script order again. Otherwise, we cannot start anything. Inventory slot script apply. So that's it. So the first thing what we have to do is we have to create an image that stands for the item image, for the item icon which we want to drop later, drag later. So we're gonna create an image, and this image has to be a child from the canvas, otherwise it will be behind the inventory. So don't forget that. And we do 25 by 25. I guess that's a perfect width and height. So now I want to drag. Wait, it's not working. Wait, I'm on the canvas. I'm wrong. Sorry. So now I'm gonna drag that there and deactivate that. We only want to change this image when we drag, and we're gonna activate and deactivate it when we need that. So yeah, that's it exactly. So now we want to rename that and call this dropped item icon. Oh, I have twice. Okay. From before, sorry. And yeah, now we're gonna go into the script. It's pretty easy. The first thing what we have to do is we have to add another interface. It's called a pointer. I guess it was drag, but I'm not 100% sure. No, I'm wrong. I drag handler. Sorry, I was wrong. And we have a new function that's coming with this interface. It's called public void on drag with this variable pointer event data. So when we are dragging, it should come a debug log now. So let's test this once. So you see when we drag, you see on the side here, it's getting higher the number, so there are more console outputs. So this is working as well with empty slots. So we have to do another thing, like if the item in the inventory null, we do not want to we don't want to have a debug log. So let's do this item.items. Now our slot number dot item name is when it's not equal null. So now it's getting written only by clicking on this. You see dragging, and here it's not. So it's perfectly that what we want. So now it's getting a bit complicated. Not really complicated, but it's okay, I guess. So the first thing is we have to change the icon of this dropped item icon which we have created, and that's pretty easy. We need for this then the icons or the game object. So let's call this public game object. Game object dropped item game object so that it's easier to see in the script. So, and now we need another function which is called from the slot script to the inventory script, like this show tooltip, and which will change the icon when we drag this. So let's call this show dragged item, public void show dragged item, and we need the item from the slot which is getting dragged, otherwise we cannot access the item icon. And now the important thing from it is to set the game object to active, otherwise, oops, I didn't want to that. Dropped item set active as true, and then when it's true, we want to have the item icon as sprite. So we have to write dropped. Where I'm writing dropped, I want to have dragged item. I'm sorry. So dragged, and I have to change this as well. Dragged. Happens. It's a bit late. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. So dragged item, and now we need the component of the image, and we want to change the sprite is equals item dot item icon. And now that's the important things. And now we're gonna do this here. Let's call this here. It's gonna be bigger later. So now we call this inventory dot show dragged item, and we have to send this, oops, slot number. Yeah, that's enough. So now when we click on it, no, I forgot something. I have to add this game object, so drag it, drop it there, and when we click on it, there's the icon. So the problem is now that the icon is still on this position, and we want to have the icon at our mouse position. So we have to do something a bit about math. Like before, we had the problem with the tooltip and the inventory. The coordinates are a bit different. So at this time we have to do some math with this canvas and the dropped item icon. And I'm gonna do this only. I won't explain that exactly, but it will work. So when we drag an item, we need a boolean that says that we are dragging at the moment. So let's create a boolean, public bool dragging item as false at start, and when we are dragging the item, we want to set that as true. So dragging item is equals to true. So when we drag this item, we want to update the position of this image or this dragging item icon every time, so that we are having the icon at our mouse position. So that's pretty easy. Where do I got that? So if we are dragging item, we need a vector 3 position from our mouse, but now it's coming the math. I know it's a bit weird maybe now, but we need our mouse position, and minus the game object, minus of the game object of the canvas. Find game objects, we have to take the canvas after this. Canvas dot game dot get component rect transform dot local position. So when we got this position, we can take our game object and get component again rect transform, and we change the position of the the icon, new position. Wait, we can do posy. So, okay, we have to change later something because otherwise it won't work. But now when we do that, you see it's exactly at our position. So the other problem is now we cannot click on another. So normally when we drag now on another position or on another slot, it should change the icon, but it can't because there's the dragging item icon. So we're clicking on the dragging item icon and it doesn't recognize that behind that. So we have to change this. We have to place the item icon a bit more right and more on the bottom side. So we're gonna do a new vector. Oops, sorry, new vector 3 posy.x plus 15, and then we're more on the right side, and posy.y minus 15 dot posy.z, and now we are exactly right, and this should work now. I forgot I've done that before in the when I've done that. Just create a new tag and tag this canvas as canvas. And yeah, now when we drag this, we've created one, and when we and now okay, when we're dragging now again, it's getting created. It's getting changed. Sorry. So that's exactly what we want. So now what we want is when we click on this slot now that this item icon or this item is getting placed in the new slot and deleted from in the old slot. So that's pretty easy. We have to firstly delete this old one because when we're dragging it, it's on our mouse position. So why should it be in this in the slot? So we take the item and save that in our mouse and on the mouse position, and then we place it here. Okay, it's pretty easy. Just go in our slot script, and now we need our on pointer down function, and that's when we're clicking on it. At the moment it says only the name of the slot, you know, see slot 1.v and so on. So when we click on it and we are dragging, so that's important. So we only when we drag want to do that. So inventory yeah. So if inventory firstly let's check something. We have to check two things because we have two different ways. It could be that we have a slot with nothing in it, and we have it could be a slot with something in it. So we have to check firstly if there's an item or if there's not an item. So we have to do two different things. So if inventory dot items slot number dot item name equals null, so when nothing in it, we have to do something. So but only if we are dragging. So if inventory we also could say and if we are dragging in and if inventory dot dragging item. So when this is true, we want I've clicked on the wrong side. We want this inventory item with this slot number is equals to this inventory this item which we dragged. So I didn't create this variable in the inventory script. So I forgot that. I'm sorry. Where's this function? Show the dragged item. So and then we got another public item dragged item, and we have to deliver this item in our public variable, otherwise we can access it from the slot variable, from the slot script. So let's say dragged item is dragged item is equals to the item which we have, and now let's call it dragged item, and that's exactly what we want. So when we do that now, it should work. You see it getting placed now, but the problem is we can place how many we want, so that's not exactly what we want. So but the first thing is yeah, it's in the script, it's pretty that what we want. So now we're gonna have to close this, or have to stop that this icon, yeah, the game object which we have created has to be disabled again. So, and yeah, that's what we want. And now we go to the inventory and say let's public void close dragged item. Let's call it like that. I know it's pretty dumb to be honest, but okay. Dragging item is equals to false, because when we do not need that, we can oh, I'm sorry, my headset went offline. So when we do not need that, we can set it offline or false to false. We do not need that getting updated here in the position. And now we have to set the dragged item game object, set to false. Oops, false. So exactly that. And when we got that, it should only replace once. Oh, I forgot that. I have to call this function in the slot script as well. So on pointer down, and then inventory dot close dragged item, and that's it. And now when we drag that and click on the slot, it's getting placed in there. So now the problem is we still got this item in the slot, so we have to delete that still. So we gonna do that with how could we do that on the best way? Yeah, it's pretty easy as well. We go to our slot script and go to our on drag function. We say that the inventory where our item in the slot is, say that is equal to new item, and this means there's no item in, because we did that before in this function in our item class. And now when we check that, this item is getting deleted more or less, and yeah, when we place it, it's there. So now you see the first, no, I don't call it a bug. You see that the tooltip is getting placed when we are dragging. That's not what we want. So we have to deactivate the tooltip when we are dragging. So just add, wait, where was it? On pointer enter, I guess, was it? Yeah, on pointer enter. That we have to check if we are dragging. If we are dragging, we do not want that. So inventory dot dragging item. If it's true, we want to get that. If we only want to see the tooltip if we are not dragging. So that's sorry, it was a bit weird. So now when we're dragging, oops. So you see, still not working. Wait, there's something wrong. Yeah, and we have to close the tooltip in our inventory script as well. When we're showing the dragged item, we have to close that. So close tooltip as well, and now it should work. So now you see when we drag this and place it, and when we drag, the tooltip is gone. So now we want to have another thing. We want to swap these two items. So then when I drag this and click on it, nothing happens at the moment. So we have to change something in this on pointer down. So the other way on this is the else, and not exactly else. It should be else if, otherwise we get some other problems. So if we are dragging inventory.dragging item and inventory.items slot number dot item name not equals null. So when we got an item in the slot, we have we have to change the position of the items. So our current item, the item which is getting clicked, has to be on the position which is on the other index of the slot. So we have to inventory. We have to submit another. We have to submit the index of the item which is getting dragged. So when we are dragging the item, we have to submit the slot number here. So the slot number. So we have to save this, and we need another number here, and this has to be public, otherwise we cannot access this on the slot script. So public, and call it slot number as well, or no, let's call it index of dragged item, otherwise it's pretty weird. So so we have to say now that the slot number, or the index of the dragged item, is equals to the slot number. Every time when we drag, we know where the first item was, so that we can change that on this position. So now we have the important thing from it, I guess. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. So now when we do that, now in our script here, we can access the old index of the dragged item, and from there we're gonna take this index of the dragged item and change this item, inventory.items as slot number. So, and the other slot has to be inventory.items slot number is equals the inventory, especially the dragged item which we got. I call this dragged item, sorry, dragged item. Okay, and then we have to close this again, otherwise we have the icon again, close dragged item, and that should be it. Let's do this, and now we drag and drop, and it's working. So it's only the tooltip is working fine now, and we can drag and drop. That's exactly what we want. And yeah, that is the tutorial about the drag and drop, and I hope it was fine for you. I'm sorry, I'm pretty It's too early at the morning, so I'm sorry. I hope you like that video, and if you like that, please like that and subscribe or anything else. And if you have some questions, just write them below. And yeah, see you to the next video. The next video will be, I guess, about splitting items, consumable stacking items. So yeah, and maybe drinking items, so that you can consume them. So, see you later. Bye bye.